Hi there, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Power Supply Tester 4, model number DZ-TOOLS-027-B. I got this from Korn on Newegg because the one I got before this didn't work right. And this one, just like the previous one, which I actually haven't returned yet, this one right here, is Power Supply Tester version 4, or power, right there. So one thing I don't like about this is with the one that's defective, you have some instructions on the back. You also have some instructions on the device. And despite the fact that there's lots of space on the back of this device, all the instructions, which are not complete, are just on the back. So if you don't know, you're going to have to look for what the results are going to be or need to be for all of the other types of connectors. And in fact, there's just not enough explanation. So that's a red mark for me as far as this product is concerned, because people are going to be using this and they're not going to be understanding what it is that they're supposed to look at, or what it is they're supposed to be looking for, I should say. And that is a problem because it doesn't even tell you the values you should see, which lights should be on. Because as you notice with this one, despite the fact that there's an LCD display, there's also three LEDs over here. So you have to know which of these LEDs should light up for each type of connector that you're going to put on this side. It also includes a 4-pin connector, which looks to me like could be a floppy drive connector because it doesn't have the guide for a fan. So there's that. There's MolXD. There's the 20 to 24 pin connector for the power supply. And then there's the SATA, or SATA, whatever you want to say. Now, step one is you get your 24 pin or 20 pin or whatever, and you plug it in. And it's a little bit awkward, especially when you have it turned the wrong way. They could have put all this information on the back here. That would have been very helpful. But they didn't. Once you've got it plugged in, turn on your power supply. And that beeping is a good sound. It never goes away until you turn it off. So this one currently says that the minus 12 volts is at 11.7, so it's a little bit low. The plus 12 volts is also 11.8, so that's a little bit low. The 5 volt SB is 5 volts. The plus 5 volt is 5 volts, and the plus 3.3 volts is 3.2. A little bit low again, but within tolerances. The PG says 80 milliseconds. So PG stands for power good. So they're checking it every 80 milliseconds, or the devices, I should say. Now let's go ahead and try one of these cables and see which one, if any of them, are a problem. One thing I do not like about this is there is no way to test the 4th pair of pins on these PCIe/VGA cables. So you just have to set it aside and plug that in. And I'm not getting any reading out of it from over here. But it does say for the plus 12 volts, it says 11.8. So apparently, that one works. But it's not entirely sure since the LEDs aren't working. We're not lighting up anyways. Now, again, as with the other version, they did not put a guide in here so you don't incorrectly connect the SATA to this port here. But it's mounted very low down so that there's really no way for you to connect it the wrong way, I would hope, but I'm not going to try. Because one of two things will happen. Either it'll turn off like what happened with me last time with the other one, or I'll blow it, and I don't want to blow it. So we're going to plug it in, and it is a close fit. Now, there we go. And no lights. Okay, so apparently the LEDs must be only for these connectors over here. It doesn't say that in the instructions, and I'm not seeing any information here that would tell me whether or not the SATA cable is working or not working. Nothing changes, which I find frustrating. So let's try the MolXD. Okay. Now you can see that 2 of them are lit. And looking at the instructions on this one, for MolXD, let's see. Oh, man. Okay, that's that one. Hard drive. It should be, yeah, it should be that 12 volt and 5 volt. Those are the 2 lights there. Now, do that. And let us try this. This is a CPU connector. So we're going to plug it into the 4-pin here. And we're getting a readout on the 12 volt V2, which is for this. We're not getting any readout here, but it is 11.8 volts. So that's all of them. Now I'm quite honestly, I'm irritated. I mean, why have these LEDs when they don't do anything most of the time? I would contact the manufacturer and I would ask them, what's going on? Why is it that for only one type of connector did I see the LEDs go on, and for the others that I plugged in on this side, nothing happened? If I had a way to find out who made this product, I would. But unfortunately, when I used a translator to find out what all the Chinese on here, well, it was instructions, and it was just a repeat of everything that's up here in English. And that's just a repeat of the Power Supply Tester 4. There is no information as to who produced this. So at this point, I feel like this product may very well be defective. Now, I will try to contact the vendor and say, hey, there aren't clear instructions, and then I will add to this video so that you can find out if this product is any good or not. So, I followed up with the vendor Korn, who sells a lot of products on Newegg. And I asked them, and then they said, what's the order number? And I told them the order number. They said, okay, and then they didn't respond. So I said, hey, I've waited a few days now. You haven't responded. What's going on here? I need to know this information. And finally, they responded by not actually answering my questions. So I asked 2 questions. Who's the manufacturer? And what do the LEDs on the left there work for? Because on the other version, the non-LCD screen version, these LEDs, these 3 LEDs here are for these ports here. And when I used this, as you saw, they only worked on one of the ports. So what this tells me is number one, obviously, same company. If you look at my other review of the other product that I bought from NLabs, which they call the PSU Tester 01, but that one doesn't have the LCD screen, and it has a better set of instructions on the product itself. But unfortunately, the implication from what they sent me, which was only the indication of which LEDs work for which ports, or port, I should say, is that what we saw with these is that this is also a defective unit, which is really irritating to me. This is a product that I bought on sale for about $20 and a quarter, but normally sells for more than that, or supposedly normally sells for more than that. But it's junk, and I have advised Korn to take their entire stock of this product and return it because it is junk. Yeah, so just want to share that with you guys, that was the ultimate result with this product. If you buy either of these, you're probably going to have the same kind of problems that I have had. It's very unfortunate, but I guess I'm going to assume that Korn not being the manufacturer and NLab not being the manufacturer did not realize, never bothered, testing randomly their product, and never then discovered that the products are garbage. But I just wanted to update you guys so that you're now aware. Thanks so much. That's it. Hello, thanks for watching my video, and I need to ask for your help. So my financial situation has become very uncertain with my employer and also with the workers' comp case I have from an injury I had at work last year in 2023, for which I'm currently suing the workers' comp company. I really don't know what's going to happen in the next few months, but if you can find it within your ability without screwing yourself up to help me out, you have two options. One of those is to just go to my channel, Glenn's Fast Reviews, and make a one-time donation there. Or if you would want to do a repeating donation, a monthly donation, you can go to patreon.com slash GLENNMII. That's G as in Glenn, LEN as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, no, not I, but I, right? And there are various choices for you to sign up for. If you cannot afford the lowest option that I have put up there, let me know, and I will put in a lower option that can work for other people. Also, I want to say thank you to my very first Patreon, Rudik from Australia, who has been very kind enough to support me, and even said if I can't afford the postage to send the gifts that he has become eligible for, that's okay. I will certainly try to do that anyways, and it means a lot because not only did you choose to financially support me, but you've also been supportive in some comments on some of my videos, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if there are any questions, please put them in the comments, and you here or on Patreon, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Sometimes I don't see comments right away because of the way YouTube works. And oh, by the way, thank you to Bleeping Computer, and it's the owner of Bleeping Computer, who goes by the name of Grindler online on his website, for allowing me to use his platform to promote my channel, the PC Expert Amateur, and I appreciate it very much. And if you need help with, say, malware or technical problems with your computer, the Bleeping Computer volunteers are a good bunch of people who have a great deal of knowledge about a lot of different kinds of problems with computers. And with there was a dedicated volunteer malware removal team there. Sorry. And we'll be happy to help you. And you can just go to bleepingcomputer.com and click on the forums. There's also lots of great news about cybersecurity, about hackers and stuff like that.